Hello everyone, I'm Mr. Chong. I've been in the financial industry for more than 10 years and have met countless business owners. I discovered an interesting pattern. The wealthier the business owner, the higher their debt ratio often is compared to ordinary people. Now, don't rush to disagree. Today I'll explain why your ability to leverage debt determines your upper limit of wealth. For most people, the word debt immediately triggers thoughts of money, credit card bills, personal loan, car loans, home loans, all connected to consumption, burden, and stress. In finance, we call this type of debt consumption-based debt. Debt that drains your cash flow. For example, when you take out a loan to buy a car, every month you repay the loan, pay for the fuel, insurance, maintenance. The car continuously consumes your cash flow. But debt also has another side, known as asset-based debt. This means you borrow money to make more money. Let's look at two different types of people. The first is Mr. Wong. He earns 10,000 a month, saves 100,000, and use it as a down payment to buy a 300,000 car. His monthly loan repayment is 5,000 plus 2,000 in car-related expenses. Every month he loses 7,000. The car only gives him face value while his cash flow keeps shrinking. This is a typical consumption liability. If instead of buying the car, he used the money to buy a shop near his home that generates 8,000 in monthly rental income, even if he still had to borrow from the bank, the loan will be supporting an income-producing asset. Now, let's look at Mr. Lee. He doesn't pay for the business himself. He gets others to take on the debt, while he receives the shop and earns monthly income every month. He uses other people's money or the bank money to acquire income-generating assets. This is asset-based leverage. Some people might say, banks aren't stupid. Why would they just lend you money? That's a misunderstanding. Banks are not wanting your deposit. They are supermarkets that sell money. Their profits comes from interest. If you don't borrow, the bank is more anxious than you. What banks fear is lending money for consumption, because the risk of repayment drops. What they like is lending money to buy income-producing assets, because that strengthens your repayment capability. So the financial system rules encourage leveraging for development, not leveraging for consumption. But schools never taught us this. Our parents didn't know. So many are restrained by the belief being debt-free is the best life. The difference between the poor and the rich is not courage. It's understanding and managing risk. So as an ordinary person, without a company or business project, how do you gain access to good debt? Here are three suggestions. The last one is especially important. First, build your credit profile. Don't treat credit cards like monsters. Use them responsibly and repay on time. Your credit history determines whether the banks see you as a reliable partner. Second, develop an asset-oriented mindset. Before spending large amount, ask yourself this: is this an asset or a liability? Does it generate income, or does it consume income? This thought process is more critical than simply earning a higher salary. Third, the most crucial point, learn to leverage to acquire quality income-producing asset. But you must first learn how to identify good assets. Where are the opportunities in 2025 or even 2026? Not speculative property flips, but undervalued assets that yield stable cash flow. This could be a small but profitable business, skill development that increase your income capacity, investment portfolios that can consistently outperform loan interest rates. So ultimately, the difference between the poor and the rich is not how much capital they start with, but their understanding of that. The wealthier become wealthier not because they have more cash, but because they treat banks as ATMs and amplifiers of capital. Most large fortunes are built with borrowed money, strategically integrating social and finance resources to convert future income into current development power. The world penalizes those who only save and play safe, and rewards those who understand and applies the rules of capital. It's not your fault if you didn't know this before, but if you understand now and still don't act, then it is your responsibility. I'm Mr. Chong. I help you gain financial clarity, improve your awareness, and avoid costly mistakes. Follow me, let's grow together.